I'm going to do the Capricorn and Libra love reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take what does. If it does not, leave what does not. Then it was not meant for you. It was meant for someone else. All right, so I have the romance angels, which I will pull some of those to go in between. I have a deck on this side and a deck on this side, so whichever side you feel resonates with you, or it could just be one big reading for you. All right, so let's get some romance angels. We have this one popped out. I'm feeling like this one too. It's looking good. Let's see if there's another one. I'm kind of just feeling like those two, so let's not push it. So we have soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. And then we have engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So for whatever that resonates with you, whether it's being like if you're just dating and then you decide that you want to be exclusive, or it's moving in together, or it's an engagement, or you know, whatever that level is represents for you, that your love life is moving to a higher level of commitment. All right, so let's get some cards for this side. Feeling like that one. We have the Death card. All right, and we have the Devil Capricorn card. We have the Fool. That's three major cards for this side, okay? We have the Queen of Wands. We have the World, another major card. We have the Magician, another major card. And we have the Two of Wands for an overall energy. So for overall energy, we have the Two of Wands. So it's like he's kind of standing before this path and he's deciding, which way do I want to go? Which direction do I want to head in? This card also means that a new relationship is a very good one and a very positive one. But I feel like it could be making a decision, especially, so for current energies, we have the Death card, we have the Capricorn card, the Devil card, and we have the Fool. So that is, the Death card is about hanging on to those things, those toxic energies, those things that are not serving us anymore, and letting those things go and moving forward and transforming, right, and changing and moving forward. And then we have the Fool card, which again represents taking those new starts, those new beginnings, starting new, starting fresh, letting things go. So it could be that, it could be, I'm not sure if there's something going on between the two of you that you have to work past, because I feel like my first energy that I felt with the Two of Wands is that you're trying to decide if you want to stay in this relationship or not, that you're trying to decide if this is something that you want to pursue, if you want to move forward with or not. Or it could be something that you are hanging on to some energies that, or some anger, some hurt, some frustrations, that you're holding on to those, that's preventing you from moving forward in this relationship, that you're feeling a connection, but you realize there's some things that you have to work through. For future energies, we have the Queen of Wands, we have the World, and we have the Magician. So I feel like you make your decision, right? You take action on your decision, and you feel really good about your decision, that you decide on what it is that you want to do with this relationship. If you want to move forward, you know, letting go of that hurt or that anger or whatever those things are that I feel represents the Death card, that you're, you know, holding on to, that's stopping you from moving forward. All right, so let's get some cards for this side. Cards are just flying out for you too. We have the Four of Pentacles. We have the Hermit. Okay, so this person over here is definitely shutting down, is keeping to themselves. We have the Six of Pentacles, which is that sharing card. We have the Nine of Cups. We have the Three of Pentacles. And then we have the Magician. You both have the Magician, right, in the same spot. And then we have the Page of Wands. Okay. All right, so I feel that for this side, I feel like this whole top row kind of represents your current your current energy. Sorry, not enough coffee this morning. Because this side has the Fool, the Devil, and the Death card, and this side has the Four of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Six of Pentacles. And that is, this side is definitely shutting down. This side is keeping to themselves. This side has a decision that they have to make for themselves too, right? This side has some things that they're thinking about and that they're trying to work through and that they're trying to decide. And I feel like you both are kind of dealing with things kind of separately on your own, and I feel like the two of you need to come together and you need to talk about those things. You first have to decide and figure out what are those things that you have to work on yourself. You have to be true to what you are feeling and what you want to do in this relationship. And then it's moving forward from there. You know, sometimes it's best for us to take that time, like the Hermit card, to take that time and to look within and find out what is that path that I want to go on. What is that path that I want to go? And I feel like you're both kind of deciding whether or not you want to work through these issues in this relationship. I feel like you're both feeling some energy against each other, some frustration or some conflict between the two of you. But then right in the middle, we have the soulmate and the engagement. So I feel like this may be a challenge within your relationship, that if you're able to work through this, that this brings your relationship to a higher level because the two of you have been able to work through this situation, whatever this situation is here. I feel like this, you're both kind of feeling this energy, and I feel like this side backs away, needs that time to think about things. I feel like this side needs that time to themselves to sort through their feelings, and then they're ready to share, because overall energy, we have the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is about communication. It's about talking. It's about taking those actions to reach out to someone and to communicate with them. And that's right next to that Six of Pentacles, which again is sharing. It can be sharing financially, helping somebody out financially, but I also feel that it's about talking and it's about communicating also. It's about wanting to talk to somebody about something, and then, but this is the actual taking the action of actually doing it. Now for future energies, we have the Nine of Cups, we have the Three of Pentacles, and we have the Magician. And I feel like this side over here figures out what it is that they want to do, and then they get to it. They start working on it, right? If they say, yes, I'm going to make some changes, and yes, I'm going to, you know, whatever those changes that are needed, it's like, maybe, yes, I'm going to communicate more with you. Yes, I'm going to, you know, work on these things. Or yes, I want to focus more on this relationship. Whatever those things are, I feel like this side kind of comes to that realization that, yeah, I'm going to work on this. I'm going to try harder. I'm going to make more of an effort, because they have this Nine of Cups energy, and that's, you know, something that makes them feel happy and makes them feel positive. And I feel like it's kind of coming into this energy here, this soulmate and this engagement energy, because they're feeling happier. And right now they're taking the time that they have to work through these things. I kind of feel like the two of you are kind of separate. Like, I don't know if you need that time apart, or you're just kind of mentally, you're just like, you're not connecting, but I feel like you each have things that you have to work on. With both of you having this Magician here, I feel like that's why I like using two different decks, because I feel like that kind of complements each other, and it shows that you're both on the same page, that you both want to, I feel like, make this work, right? Trying to figure that out on how are we going to make this work. And that may be what you're struggling with right now. Because I do feel that there's a connection between the two of you, right? We have the Five of Wands, which is that going back and forth. It could be there's arguing, that there's disagreements, that it could be just those thoughts. I don't know. Do I stay? Do I not? This side is definitely, especially with that Two of Wands, trying to decide what direction that they want to go. And so it could just be you thinking of, you know, you going back and forth as I'm not really sure what it is that I want to do. And then we have the Justice card, which is the Libra card. So I feel like, you know, that we have the Devil card and we have the Libra card here right together. So but I also feel like that represents that balance, right? And again, I feel like it's the Justice card is also about things falling in your favor, and I also feel like it also represents what are those things that you want. And that's what I said in the beginning, is making sure that you're clear about what do you want from this relationship, right? Do you want to continue with this relationship? Do you want to move away from the relationship? Do you want to work on the relationship? If there are things that you want to work on this relationship, what are those things that you need to do? What are those things that you need from that other person? And really thinking about that first before you have this communication. Because I feel like if you've thought about it and you're clear about what you want, then you can go to the other person. You can say, okay, this is what I'm thinking, this is what I'm feeling, and this is what I need, and this is what I don't need. You know what I mean? And having that communication, not being vague or assuming that the other person knows how you feel. I feel like it's always best to be clear with, best to be clear, the King of Swords, right? Best to be clear with what it is that you want, what it is, again, with that being on top of the Queen of Wands, taking those actions, what it is that you want, what it is that you want to make happen. All right, Seven of Cups. I feel like that, with that being next to the Magician, I feel like that could represent being magical, kind of having that connection again, but it also, all of those, I feel like with it being the King of Swords and the Seven of Cups, it's like finding that clarity. Like you may have a lot of ideas going on in your head, and again, like I was saying, taking that time to sort through those things and figuring that out before you connect with this person over here, so that you're clear, right? You kind of sort through those things and decide what it is that you want. Look at that, I love it. Page of Wands. You each have the Page of Wands on each side. So I feel like the two of you are going to communicate, because we have that Page of Wands on each side. But it's, again, figuring out what you want first and then communicating, because the Page of Wands was the last card that came out. So we worked through all of this first, and then the Page of Wands came out. So it's like figuring it out, then communicate. All right, Nine of Pentacles. I feel like this side definitely wants to work this out. They're feeling positive. They're trying to figure out those things, because I feel like this side definitely wants to be in that good space, that happy space. They have the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups, right? Feeling happy, those goals, those wishes, those dreams. High Priestess. Knowing inside, I feel like this person kind of has that connection with themselves when they look within and they take this Hermit energy and they look within and they really say, do I want to spend the rest of my life with this person or without that person? And I feel like that's something that really hits home with them. And then they just kind of, you know, what's the first feeling that you have when you ask yourself that question? What's that first response that you have? And that's I feel that that's how you're truly feeling. Your first response to something is how you're feeling. And then if you take some time and you start thinking about it, then you start analyzing it, I feel like that can change your answer and make you feel different. But that first feeling, and I feel like that person comes to that realization of what it is that they really want. And then they're ready to take actions on it, the Nine of Wands. They're ready to move forward with it. They're ready to make this Nine of Cups happen with this person. And with the soulmate card here, I do feel that there is this connection between the two of you. But in any type of relationship, we have those ups and downs. We have those difficult times, right? Queen of Pentacles, I feel like that can represent that best friend relationship. This could be a best friend relationship that's going on here. It could develop into something more, or it could just be a friendship that becomes closer. It could be a partnership that kind of has that friendship level, right? That person that you can rely on, that person that you can trust. Also, the Queen of Pentacles represents somebody who's very grounded, somebody who's very down to earth, kind of that calming energy, right? Embracing that. And then we have the Queen of Wands. You both have the Queen of Wands. Taking those actions, right, with that Page of Wands to reach out, to communicate, to work on this, to move past the situation. So I definitely feel that the two of you are going to be able to get past this, but again, it's about looking within, figuring out how you truly feel, and then communicating with each other. I feel that the best thing to do is to go onto neutral ground, wherever that may be, so that you're both feeling like you can freely speak how you feel, right? So that way it's not, sometimes if we stay in our living space, it kind of creates more friction. But if you go out, say, even if it's just a drive in the car and you're like, you know, you want to have that conversation, or you go to the beach or for a walk, or you go to a place that's neutral ground, so that you're both feeling that you're on equal ground for this conversation. Because I do feel that there's a lot for you guys to talk about and to work through. But I feel like once you do that, I feel like this future energy is that you both have the Magician, you both want to work on it, you're both trying to sort that through, and you both have the Page of Wands here saying that you want to communicate, but maybe right now you just have to figure that out, what it is that you want to say and how you're feeling. All right, so let's close out with an Animal Oracle card. Oh, this one flipped over. We have Elephant Spirit. Learning from the past, right? And I feel like that's why your relationship goes to a higher level, is because this is something that you are learning from, and that moving forward, you'll be able to look back on this and say, we don't want to let ourselves get to this spot again. We don't want ourselves to get to that point again. What can we do to head that off? Also, it also could be that learning from the past, learning how you handled things in the past wasn't so good, or with past relationships, and you just let those things go. And I feel like maybe now the two of you are ready to really look into that and see how you feel and do the work in this relationship, because you feel this connection between the two of you and you both want to work on it, rather than just giving up and walking away, and learning from that and saying, yes, like relationships take a lot of work, and walking away and then getting into a new relationship, I'm probably going to end up in the same situation again, instead of repeating that, to really want to work on that connection and work through it. All right, thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.